Hey, Kathy, do you love long lines? You know that interminable wait where you don't know if you're going to be there for 5 minutes or 50?
And the person in front of you is pulling out all their coupons, and you have like, oh, I was supposed to be someplace a few minutes ago, and then someone else ahead of you is counting out every penny to get the exact change. You're just like, ah.
I remember standing in a toll booth line, and there was only one car in front of me, and the other lanes had so many other cars, and I felt like, oh, a win! And then it seemed like they were counting pennies for $4 to go over the bridge. And, you know, the cool thing about it for me is that used to be so distressing to me. A long line would knock me off. I would be grumpy cat
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, an hour later.
I'm Rick from ThrivingNow.com.
I'm
This
Kathy
is my
Bartuli.
partner and
Yep.
co-creator, Kathy Bartuli from Thriving Now and the Intimacy Dojo. Kathy, it's a deep guttural reaction for a lot of people. They get flooded with chemicals when there's a long line. How is it possible to have permanent relief?
I think that is. And I think the first step is realizing what we're telling ourselves. Because we almost always tell a story. Mine is, oh my God, you're so stupid, you didn't even pick a good line. All the other lines, and I'll watch, and it will look to me like all the other lines are going faster. It's usually not actually the case. Like, you know how you kind of leapfrog each other back and forth, but I'm like, look, you can't even pick a good line. It's your fault for being late. Look, you know, like, I'll get, if I'm in a bad mood, I'll get down that rabbit hole. So just noticing what you're telling yourself about it can be a big first step. Like, do you really...
For me, it was, I was wasting my life. If I was stuck in a line, it was a very profane and intense feeling that this was a very wasteful way for me to, place for me to be.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting in traffic after I had just learned tapping, and this was something that had been a problem for me ever since I had been in college in Baltimore, Maryland. And the traffic there always seemed to be just irritating and enraging for me. And it was getting worse. It was like the tension of all of those past experiences were like adding up, that sense of, you know, this line. And as you said, Kathy, noticing what it is that's your internal dialogue about it. What does this mean? What does this line mean to me? And that is your personal doorway into the energy. And I think that the awareness definitely starts to shift something. And then for me, I needed something that would really recalibrate myself. And that was like, how do I want to feel? And for me, it was, I wanted to accept that this is part of being a human being in this society, and that I could use this time for unwinding.
Yeah. Rather than getting through completely stressed and frazzled and adrenal fatigue at the end, I could like, okay, I'm here. Can I be with myself? Can I connect with people around me? Sometimes I'll do too.
Yeah. And so these are options that the primitive brain, if it's stuck on some, like, I'm so stupid, and, or I'm wasting my life,
Yeah.
or whatever it is for you. And so remember that the essence of tapping is we start with a setup statement at the karate chop point, even though, and this is where you can say, even though I'm wasting my life here, or even though I am the most stupid person on the whole planet for getting in this line. It's okay to make it a little intense when you're tapping on this to kind of evoke the energy. But then the next part of that is, how do you want to feel? How are you choosing to tune yourself? What direction are you heading?
So take a nice deep breath and get in your body. A lot of times when we get angry or frustrated, we get in our head or above our head, and that's not a good place to solve problems. So feel your toes, feel your feet on the floor, feel your butt in the chair. Nice, slow, deep breath. And you can do this in line, whether you're in a car or standing in a grocery line or whatever, or the bank line. You can, wiggle your toes, feel your feet, take a nice, slow, deep breath. And you can actually just rub the points, like you're a little stressed. There's nothing wrong. Like, oh dear Lord.
Oh.
And I tap now anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
In fact, I love when people ask, what are you doing? And I can tell them about it. But you can do whatever's comfortable for you. So start on the karate chop. Even though I'm telling myself these things about this line.
Even though I'm telling myself these things about this line.
And some not nice things about myself.
And some not nice things about myself.
I choose to reground in my body.
I choose to reground in my body.
And look at what I'm telling myself.
And look at what I'm telling myself.
What a great opportunity to examine my self-talk.
What a great opportunity to examine my self-talk.
And I'm trapped here for at least 5 more minutes.
And I am trapped here for at least 5 more minutes.
What if I appreciated some things about myself?
What if I appreciated some things about myself?
I've been meaning to do more of that.
I've been meaning to do more of that.
Top of the head, I'm stuck in this line.
I am stuck in this line.
Eyebrow, I feel like I did a bad job.
I feel like I did a bad job.
Side of the eye, I feel like I'm wasting time.
I feel like I'm wasting time.
Under the eye, I feel like if I was smarter, I would have planned better.
If I was smarter, I would have planned better.
Under the nose, I'm screwing this up.
I'm screwing this up.
Chin, what if the universe put me here to slow me down?
What if the universe put me here to slow me down?
Collarbone, to get my attention.
To get my attention.
Under the arm, to help me ground for a few minutes.
To help me ground for a few minutes.
Top of the head, what if there's someone in this line I need to connect with?
What if there's someone in this line I need to connect with?
Eyebrow, maybe it's myself.
And maybe that's myself.
Side of the eye, instead of beating myself up.
Instead of beating myself up.
Under the eye, or resenting people in front of me.
Or resenting all these stupid people in front of me.
Under the nose, what if I appreciated them?
What if I appreciated them?
Chin, what if I appreciated myself?
What if I appreciated myself?
Collarbone, I've been pushing myself pretty hard.
I have been pushing myself pretty hard.
Under the arm, and I really care.
And I really care.
Top of the head, and it's okay to reconnect.
And it's okay to reconnect.
And use these few minutes to be with myself.
And to use these few minutes to be with myself.
Nice, slow, deep breath. Yeah. It may be really a big jump to go from, to, this is wonderful. But if you keep tapping on it, keep working on it, you're going to find a little bit of shift. It might go from a 10 to a 9 and then a 9 to a 7. And all of a sudden you're like, through a line, you're like, wow, I feel really good. And your brain associates now sometimes being in a line with being calm and reconnecting with yourself, maybe reevaluating how you're going to go through your day.
Yeah. Thank you. I feel better.
Good. Please leave comments below. We'd love to know how you feel when you're in line and what you'd like help with.